I have been moving full steam ahead for 20 plus years. It has taken me sometimes to have these real conversations or be with people that that I look up to and everything, whatever like this, to kind of just like realize like, damn, we did do this in 6 months and had this. It was 40,000 motherfuckers over here and it was boom, 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 or whatever. So I'm just saying, like, each day is its own, Pop. You know what I'm saying?
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.
Black Bread University.
Man, we back like we never left.
Yeah, because we ain't never left.
We ain't never left, man. We ain't going nowhere, man.
Let's go. Where we at, though?
We live and welcome back to the Black Bread Show, powered by BlackBreadUniversity.com. Yo, and today is a legendary day. If you Chicago, especially if you South Side, let alone even Hyde Park, for example, you've come across this name. You know this legendary brother that we have today on the couch. So welcome to the show. We have the one and only Mr. Dave Jeff.
Like who?
Man, Dave Jeff.
Yeah, right?
It's another couch? No, thank you, man.
AKA Mr. Hyde Park.
Exactly,
man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, man.
One and only. So we're going to get all the way to it, man. Being young from Chicago.
Not to cut you.
Go for it.
Like, if I can say this, like, if it means anything coming from me, I'm super, super, extremely proud of y'all, man, and everything that y'all have done. And like, it's amazing to watch those things. Me being a brand builder and to see how I'm sure the whole Black Bread thing was just an idea, and how it's like y'all gangbanging right now, which is is great, man. I'm
appreciate
Black Bread
that
all day. Let's go.
Hey, man, appreciate
that's love
that.
and respect, bro.
Gangbanging with you. Let's come on. You know
and I'm gonna say this, bro.
Every repost, every whatever, and that's just me. I love doing that. So,
for sure.
Let's go.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And we knew of Dave Jeff for years, us coming up in Hyde Park and in the city,
facts.
and even having the opportunity to know you on a more, even just a different level of knowing Dave. I think this is a very special moment for us. Like I said, this is a legendary episode, and we gonna get to it, man.
And real quick, I gotta let people know, man, like, this is like our big homie from when we was shorties. Like, when we was in high school trying to be fly, it was going to Dave Jeff. If you didn't go to Dave Jeff, you ain't know nothing about sneakers. I started saving my shoe boxes because of this man.
Wow.
Me and my wife right now to this day be like, but she a sneakerhead too, low key.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But she be like, can you put them in these glass boxes? I'm like, it ain't the same though, you know?
Right. But the glass boxes help you store some shit.
They do.
Because them cardboard boxes get to fall and tipping over.
Man, come on, man.
Gravity definitely kicks in.
I used to throw them boxes out, man, and then Dave, like, he just have these boxes, and then, you know what I'm saying, I remember like walking to his stores, he had a wall full of boxes. I was like, oh, that's cold. I'm like, one day I get my shoe game up like that.
Still working on it
in high school, man. Like even the hat that I'm rocking now, like, I literally bought this hat probably like 2003, 2004.
Wow.
You know, so this hat is literally like 20 years old.
Right. No, and it's crazy. That's how you can tell the difference, like the straight embroidery or whatever, stuff like that. There were some of the first ones in the patch, then the leather patch or whatever. You can kind of tell by the years.
Like see the growth in it.
And I thank you on that. I was at a trade show yesterday here. Shout out to the show and tell folks. And I was talking to one of the dudes about it from New Era, and I was just like, I think like over my career, I've probably sold 10,000 plus of these hats, you know what I'm saying, of a 5-panel, you know what I'm saying, no cap, you know, just whatever, because it was the right fit. The camel go with everything.
It goes with everything,
you know,
bro.
And then you just, go with that. But thank you. That is a vintage piece.
It is, man. It's something I will keep forever, man.
Thank you, man.
As you could tell. You know?
Where the passion come from, man?
The passion, probably, I would just say, like, the passion for fashion or the brand. Which you mean?
I mean, let's do both. Let's do fashion first.
The passion for fashion, probably, I'm just saying, like, if you've known me, I've always been, I guess, fly, for lack of a better word. I mean, I get that. My mom was fly and culturally cultural, how to like, she was real culture like,
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying, about black designers. So, you know, I'm wearing Willie wear in grammar school, and, you know, things and stuff like, you know, just brands that you wouldn't normally wear. My mom was on that, whatever, in art and, you know, other things. So that's where my culture was fed in that. And so, like, when you have things put in front of you, you just look at things differently.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's facts.
Like staying in Hyde Park, seeing the different blocks, mansions to Section 8, Section 8 to, you know what I'm saying, welfare, this, to whatever, but then you have the beautiful water over here.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, like, the experience of growing up in Hyde Park, in my POV, was just amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because we got to see, like,
Hyde Park's special.
I used to do pottery.
Wow.
With a little old white lady next door, little gray named Dorothy or whatever, just sitting there making puppies and ashtrays and shit like
Wow.
that. But I just, as a parent now, I know that stimulated me in ways of creativity.
Okay.
So if you say fashion wise, my mom kind of opened up the door to certain things of that. I mean, you know how my people that I look up to, or have looked up to, you know, all your black designers, you know, aspiring to be a Russell Simmons, a Carl Kanai type thing. And Russell Simmons definitely, because remember, everything PH at one time was the thing. So hence the fly PHLI, from Fat Farm and Baby Fat and all that other stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's, you know, where inspiration came from, but then you just make it your own.
No, that's facts. You know, like I'm a huge believer in like doing research, right? And like really researching and getting into your craft and figuring out everything that you need to figure out. For somebody young or just trying to get into fashion, you know, I know you big on research as well in the history of Chicago, and you know, you play a major role in the history of fashion and culture in the city. What would be like a point to start? Like, what's some names that they should look up to?
Fashion guy?
Fashion and of that whole era.
Thank you for. I just honestly say and humbly say, Pop, y'all haven't even seen Dave, Jeff, fashion designer dude, to a T.
Yeah, for sure.
Pattern making, style, stitch, whatever like this. Like, yeah, I've had some dope ass tees.
Yeah.
I've had some dope ass items and things like that. I've been blessed to do other things, culture wise or whatever, and I just think that's my path.
Okay.
So to answer your question, where do you start?
Yeah.
Okay, fundamentally, you just gotta just like look at fashion. Not just me, because fashion's way bigger than Chicago. As much as we want to love it, and as much as we know that we kind of are the fire to fashion with the yays and everybody, like our culture, our music, everything, our style is real heavy in the culture right now. But it goes beyond that.
Yeah.
So like if you just look at your big houses, your Louis Vuittons, your Dior's, and all these other things like that, I would study those things in those early beginnings.
Okay.
Then put it to, okay, somebody you can definitely touch, like a Dave Jeff, or like, you know what I'm saying? We have different designers here, you know, your Robotic Minds, your Joe Fresh Goods, your Fashion Geeks, and, you know, all those things like that. And see where you see yourself in us.
Yeah, exactly.
But go study.
Exactly.
Go
Yeah.
to it, like the schools and who wears the first sewing machine and why does denim look like this and how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
sure.
learn that, because if you learn these things or you get an understanding of these things, you should be able to take it in and then extrapolate what you need from those instances and then spit it back out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
And that.
It's funny because like right now, my mother-in-law is actually teaching me how to sew. You know, because it's always been a passion for me to get into, but I just never was able to jump in like I wanted to. And so I'm like, I asked her, like, she's teaching me like doing cut patterns and just doing simple embroideries on, you know what I'm saying, sewing patches and things of that nature.
Yeah, and see,
you know?
and with that, you have a different understanding of why this fits like this, why this goes like this. Okay, what this screen print goes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think if you get into all those things, your end product would be better. So to answer your question on what advice I would give someone, study. Like, I mean, we can get spiritual on it too.
Yeah.
Workmen need not be ashamed to rightfully divide the word of God or whatever. But the whole thing is to do the work.
Yeah,
got to do the work.
No, for sure.
Gotta
You know
do
what?
the work.
And I think real quick, I think that was one of the things I really admire about you back in the day is, like you said, like I always was able to kind of see Dave Jeff like from a far, a distance, but it was like you might have always been like this, but for me, like outside looking in, it was like a switch turned on and everything was God. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it was so dope because it was like I'd never seen that in fashion. You know, I haven't seen that until you, like the angel that you have, you know what I'm saying? And how you put God first, and then on your social medias, you know what I'm saying? You start with prayers and you was doing different things throughout your life. And I thought that was dope, bro.
Thank you, Pa. I mean, I've seen some shit, bro.
Yeah, come on,
you know
real.
what I'm saying? I've seen some shit like being a street dude, being locked up, coming home, everything that I prayed for when I locked up, I'm living today.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you just gotta recognize that. When you recognize that, just like you said, that switch is what it is. Like, so me knowing that, I mean, what you call it, Sunday school and things like that or whatever, the Quran, Bible, you know, like my mom and the people around us or whatever have always been on that spiritual type of thing, not just one thing. Like my mom's whole thing is like, my mom's whole thing was don't sweat the small stuff, or she was a firm believer before I got into the word and understood, like, you know, what is for you is for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just a thought process. And then how that just translated in me in just fashion and my travels and things like this. Like, Pop, I've been in shootouts, I've been in this, I should probably be or under the, you know what I'm saying, the jail. What I mean, just things that I've seen, and it just like, because I've seen those things and I know that I am alive, that I'm breathing, that I've had these blessings and these things that I can only be from something bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Call it what you want to call it, you know, and the whole thing, but that's just what that was. And I've seen the power of prayer. I've seen the waking up in the morning to pray and really get into something and then see it by lunchtime.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a gem right there.
But yeah, but that just takes like you sitting and really like, hey, one, what's going on? Two, what would you have me do? How would you have me do this? Use me and things like that. These are my type of prayers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everything that comes with it is just everything that just comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
With that, and I just wasn't scared to do it. Like that angel, as you say, the brand identifier, that's just me, curly head, tattoo, whatever. Belly out, you know what I'm saying, with the sneakers on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever with that. And then God is fly to me.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying? I have my God banger. You know, I gave a definition for that, what that meant to me in that, and God, family, fashion. That's definitely how I move in that. And like I say, just being used in that and not being scared. I know where my blessings come from.
Exactly.
I know I'm not just out here like, oh, Dave Jeff, I'm a cold motherfucker, and I'm just out here floating on my own. Nah, I'm floating because I'm able to float.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You got that mindset too, man. Like, you know, what is the alpha space? Because the alpha space is something that's extremely dope. You know how you got your spot. You know, I done seen pop-up shops. I done went there. You know, I was gonna wear some. I still got my my Pumas. You know, like you had like when people you put like are
creative,
creative like little stickers and like patches and stuff on the
that's,
I still got those joints.
So that's a good thing. Say, Pop, man, where you at, man?
Hey, I'll be listening. Hey, I'm learning. I'll be learning.
The alpha space, Pop, is the beginning of everything fly.
Okay.
So where the whole concept what it was definitely supposed to be another one of my retail spots. This was supposed to be like the evolution of the Fly store. Right?
Okay, got you.
So the Fly store just being like my version of the Gap. How everything in Gap is Gap, everything in Fly is Fly, but we just had top tier sneakers, like, you know what I'm saying, because I've had two of my own Nikes, K-Swiss. I've worked with Adidas basketball, sample stuff with PHLI and things like this, but for the last like 5 years been in bed with Puma.
Okay.
Whatever, right? So when the space the initial thing was supposed to be the Alpha store, right? A buddy of mine that I started like a lot of the sneaker stuff with, his name is P, who's in Pittsburgh and West Virginia area or whatever.
Okay.
So it's an Alpha, it's an Alpha store in West Virginia.
Oh, dope.
So
Okay.
in that would be number one. But of course, okay, big business. We're gonna have one on Michigan Avenue in Chicago,
Right.
So West Virginia, where it is in West Virginia, is like on a small street or whatever. And the whole thing was to acquire these accounts that we wouldn't have to gangbang for in Chicago,
Exactly.
And then the Chicago space just be on Front Street or whatever.
Exactly. Okay, gotcha.
Where the space is right now, so let's say if we signed the lease in June or whatever, we were supposed to be in there within 6 months for them to finish building out, because the space was a city space. It was something, I think it was like a welfare office or something like that before they made it retail or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so when we signed the lease, they didn't have the residential on the corner. So I think in that time, they acquired the residential thing. And so when they acquired the residential space, they had to come back and redo whatever with the commercial shit. However, they had to do. So long story short, that 6 months turned into damn near a year and a half. Now, me and my partners at the time, we didn't have any financial responsibility with it, but that was just our space. They offered us a whole bunch of times to give us the money back or whatever, or hold the space.
Exactly.
My partners went their own directions. My guy, he just started doing what he was doing. My other man, Gideon or whatever at the time, just started doing everything. But I just said, no, I'm going to keep this and do it like that. So didn't go the store route, but went create a space route. So this was before like what people call it now, pop-up spots or whatever, something like this. So I was on that, like, so I can get with Black Bread Company.
Yeah,
if y'all want to do something here, let's do it. Let's take over the store. Let's get crave. But it's just funny how we do sometimes. I'm not saying we, our culture, us people, whatever. Like, oh man, let's party. I want to throw a party, and I want to throw a party. Nigga, this ain't a club. Nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, if you want to come and get creative in here, and we happen to be socializing, you know, with drinks or whatever, and all that other stuff like this, kind of more so with a purpose and creativity, then let's go. But this ain't no club.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like listening to a DJ, like we can do all of that, but this ain't like popping bottles and all the bottle girls sitting on couches, however y'all want to do. So that was just like, if you knew me personally or whatever, and I would always say, like, come through, walk through, let's share the vision, let's walk through your vision,
right?
Let's see what this is. So yeah, we had some dope birthday parties there. I'm all about the kids, as
always.
We all about the youth. A couple of like wedding receptions of people close that we need, but for the most part, it's been like art shows, activations. V Lone took over the store.
Yeah, I seen that.
For a weekend, they got shut down.
Come on, man.
Hey, ASAP. What's up? Like this, but no, I'm not gonna say we. It just got real live.
Yeah.
With a lot of blowing and drinking and loudness and whatever. It was just a lot that weekend. But I'm just saying, shout out to them too for just coming to do the space. Puma. So what you're talking about, the GV special event, and you were able to customize the GV specials or whatever like that. So that was kind of like the first in the current regime of working with them.
Okay.
Like me and Emery, myself, Fashion Geek Zoe, my man Dante, whatever, were already dealing with him in personal things. Zoe had his own thing kind of going on with Puma before in a different light or whatever, but this was the idea in the space and me producing an event.
Okay,
and then so shortly after that is when I'm like, hey, somebody gonna call you. And I'm just like, okay. Allison Giorgio, AG, shout out to AG. She called me, who's the vice president of Puma North America for marketing, whatever. We had a hour conversation on what their vision was with Chicago, Midwest. Informed them where I can plug those holes of what y'all see and my influence and everything, with that. And we just been gang banging ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Passion for fashion, Fly.
Yep.
Alpha Space.
Yep.
Obviously, High Park Fest.
Yep.
How do you pivot like outside looking in, you might see all those things and like, man, it's dope. He must have a huge team, so on and so forth. How do you pivot? Like you say, even with the space, what was intended to be and what it became. How do you pivot? How do you
His
manage
pivot's
the pivot?
cold,
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm
His
saying.
pivot's cold.
Hey, and as cliche as y'all want to say this sound, as y'all look at it and see it here or whatever, my fault, guys. To God, I give all the glory, man. Like, I have been moving full steam ahead for 20 plus years. It has taken me sometimes to have these real conversations or be with people that that I look up to and everything, whatever like this, to kind of just like realize like, damn, we did do this in 6 months and had this. It was 40,000 motherfuckers over here and it was boom, 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 or whatever. So I mean, I'm just saying like, each day is its own, Pop. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Each day is its own, and I'm just saying I've just been blessed to move like that. I've been blessed to utilize these open doors or whatever to be able to direct them to you, direct them to that or whatever. And then so I just think if that is how you do, and you're gonna keep receiving.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, we can go into a spiritual episode, but I'm just saying, like
sometimes we do.
Hey, for real.
I'm just saying, like, those things, that energy that you give out, you definitely gonna get in. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And so, just like we were talking before we just started, Pop, I'm just like, motherfuckers is getting weird.
Yeah, people weird out here, bro.
And weird to the sense of like, your energy is not the same, and it's not, and I just said, and we deal with it, and people, we want to think like that's a bad thing. No,
right.
it's growth. It's
Exactly.
growth, and it's cool. And like, if you stay in the good of the situation and look at what the situation is, then okay, boom, I don't need that energy no more.
Exactly.
I need this energy.
Exactly.
Right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that goes for business, that goes with your partners, that goes with your spouses, and everything. Like, you got to have those constant conversations. Like, I'm a communicator. I'm an over communicator.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, like, hey, we should wear black.
Right.
Or boom. You know,
right.
whatever. Like,
I mean, you got a plan.
You know
what I'm saying?
This is why coincidence. Right. But I'm just saying, like, you have to communicate, and I think if you communicate and do what you say you're gonna do,
that's it.
You should have a great outcome.
So what do you think about Chicago? Like, Chicago is kind of known for the gatekeepers, right? Or kind of like, it's hard for us to work together for whatever reasons. Is that true? Do you think like
it's not, Pop? It's not. I think it's not. It's like, we work together. We work together. I mean, you choose to fuck with people you choose to fuck with.
Right. Yeah, that's fine.
Now, if you don't fuck with the person, then okay, well, you just ain't never gonna see the shit that comes out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gatekeeping, I mean, as much dopeness that Chicago's on, it's unfortunate that some people call themselves gatekeepers and choose to not let other people through the door or whatever like this. I can't necessarily say that, like, I've experienced this so crazy, because once again, I go and I go create my own lane. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
That's what you own. We can't. Okay, we obviously not gonna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here.
Right.
And no malice, no nothing, no whatever. Okay, cool. Nothing. I don't owe you shit. You owe me shit.
Right.
I think sometimes your own thing actually works.
What you mean?
What I mean is, like you said, bro, I'm like, no shade to nobody else, but sometimes you gotta do your own thing. I think in Chicago sometimes we're not as authentic or genuine and forthcoming as we can be. As much as we may want to help each other. If I need help in certain ways, in those same certain ways, maybe I can't help you. But in Chicago, I don't think we're honest about that. There's a shell, there's a shell or a mask that sometimes we wear, where it's like, yeah, I'm good, it's popping over here, but really that's the outside. So even like you said, us sitting here having this conversation, we able to talk about, hey bro, it's not always easy, it's not always this. How did you get there? I'm asking you, how do you make it look easy? You feel what I'm saying? I know it's not easy. We know enough to know it's not easy.
Right. Oh,
but again, on the outside, it looks, it's a persona that we kind of project how things look.
Yeah, and I think like I've had this conversation with people. Like people be like, man, I didn't think that I could just holler at you or whatever. Why, nigga?
Right.
Holler at me. Please holler at me.
Right.
Believe me. And so I'm just saying right here, thank you for wherever you put Dave Jeff. Or whoever's looking at it puts Dave Jeff.
Yeah,
I know I'm cool with Dave Jeff.
Yeah,
I'm Dave Jeff pre-fly, post-fly, before the Summerfest, this, that, and the other. Like, once again, probably if you do your homework on me, I've been this way.
Yeah,
since I've been this way. I've been this way since second grade, and my teacher hints Dave Jeff being my name because it was other Davids in the thing, and she was like, okay, Dave Jeff. So I've been Dave Jeff since then.
Wow.
And so, like, if you just really, I see these things on the social things, like, have you looked at somebody's picture and realized what they were in high school and see where they are now, and it doesn't make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I've been seeing that or whatever, and I think if people really look at that like that, I've been on this since that. I was in the Michael Jackson video when I was 17 years old. I was part of Dim Dev. If y'all, that's a whole nother episode, the Twilight Tone, the Reg Knox, and all that, the Dancing for Common and all this stuff. So I'm just saying, like, I've seen this industry. I've seen some shit for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And coming up to what we're saying now about how you make it look easy or this, that, and the other. Like, what's the thing? Like, people be thinking overnight success is no. This is 20 fucking years plus.
Yeah.
This is work. This is. Man, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, and you came in at a perfect era too, because you are truly plugged in the city. I think that's why people put you on that pedestal because you're plugged in with the who's of the Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Anybody great came out of Chicago in the last 20, 30 years. You plugged in with them.
Yeah, we've touched. We've been able to touch each other
exactly
in some form of fashion.
And even for myself, I say in the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I've been touching elbows with certain people, and it's like. I only can imagine if I've been doing this for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like building relationships with individuals for 20 years strong.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what it is. It's funny, and you just say that too. Just going back to, I think like when I was hosting Sneaker Pimps, right? Sneaker Pimps came a lot. So I put in perspective of dealing with a lot of the brands, right? When I was dealing with one particular brand, everybody was. Searching for that moment of the big brand being Nike or whatever, stuff like this. Well, I would get into a thing with them, in the thing, like, y'all can't fuck with that moment.
Right.
Leave that moment alone because that was that moment in time. That was what that was, whatever. Focus on what y'all do well.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
So you just got to do that wholeheartedly on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I say that to say, like, being on that tour early and being at that point in time, this is where I'm going with that. Being at that point in time, it's just like you can't get that back, and you keep those relationships, whatever. So this is why I have a relationship, and not name dropping, with Pusher now. I have a relationship with Pusher, the Clips, just because me hosting Sneaker Pimps, and they were on Sneaker Pimps tour, and so I spent a lot of times with these guys.
Right.
I brought these guys on stage or whatever, and kept personal ties, whatever. Me and Gene have, had our spiritual talks, push fashion, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and that whole thing, and like that's just my relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? The Jazzy Jeffs, the everybody, whatever. Like, this has been, if you look back, like I was at Jazzy's 40th birthday party. Wow. The man is 50 something now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or whatever. He has on a 40th fly. No, he has on a 40th fly T-shirt. Or whatever. This is when I had my Fly Air Max 90, and I presented this whole package to him at his birthday. But I've know him through Big Brother, through Terry Hunter. Terry Hunter, Terry goes back, and I remember this to a T. Terry was DJing my grammar school sock hop.
What?
Sock hop, remember?
Sock hop. You were sock hop?
Heard of sock hop.
Exactly.
Terry was DJing my grammar school sock hop the day that Harold Washington died. Wow. And so it stands out in this memory because stop the music, and everybody was kind of like, damn. And that's like, if you had to be like, man, your encounter with death or somebody, like an impactful moment, like damn, Harold Washington, like,
exactly.
You think about it now, like first black mayor, yada yada yada, and then I just remember that day. Like probably it was Terry Hunter and Ferris.
Wow.
That's when we were
DJ.
born. Man.
That's
That's literally when we were born.
You say, oh, when y'all was born. See, y'all, I'm old.
My bad.
I'm older. I'm older.
That's why we here, bro.
No, exactly.
That's
Big
what
But I'm
homie.
saying to the point of the relationships and everything like that. Pop, Terry is family. Terry, I talk to Terry all the day. I've been uncle for real for his boys, been there through deaths, this marriage, this on tours around the world with this man, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. These are the relationships that you keep.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? The J Boogies, my sister Rita Lee, like if y'all, I mean, it's gonna be hard to do your homework on Rita Lee because she's kind of, you know, a myth, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, just like that, like you keep these relationships, this builds with you, and these relationships should last if you stay solid.
Yeah, exactly.
They stay solid. Y'all communicate.
Exactly.
Y'all do, you know, what y'all supposed to do, and just like be genuine.
Man, well, let me ask you this. So, wow. Me being new to this, right? Like meeting, you know, certain different people. I don't like. I'm an introvert naturally, right? And I don't like to overstep.
So explain that. The introvert.
So, introvert. So for those who don't know, I like to stick to myself. I like to stay in my box. You know, I like to be in my cocoon, my friends, my people, you know what I'm saying, like just my world. Okay. So now I've been stepping out of that space. And so now, like, you know, somebody give me their phone number. We talk, we exchange. I'm not finna be the one that keep calling you and bugging you and text you. And at the same time, I don't want to call you when I need something. Right. You know, so like every blue moon, I just, hey, yo, what's up? Just checking in, seeing how you doing. Wop the bam.
Gotta do it.
And that's it. So I don't know if I don't do it enough or if it's too much, you know, to handle those relationships.
You gotta do it like it feels right. Like
exactly.
Pop, no cap. I have a nice Rolodex of culturally top tier motherfuckers.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And on those things, or I get those texts, sometimes I get them calls, like, man, just checking in on you, Pop.
Yeah.
Man, thank you,
right.
man, just checking on you too. You know what I'm saying? How's the fam? And so you just got to return those things. And I just think, like, you know your people. You going to understand who your people are and not fake no energy, Pop. We too old.
Yeah,
we're too old and wanting to go too far to have unauthentic things, because those unauthentic things that are not watering you are just a waste of fucking time.
Waste of time, bro.
And just like at this point, I ain't got no time.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time.
We talking about time now. Balance, man, family and business, bro. What's that like?
Now that is hard.
We can all, yeah.
So and I say that too. So and I was on a shout out to Herban too. And I think this is the first time that I really kind of broke this down. For a minute, Pop, like building the brand, I was everywhere in the city.
Yeah.
This club, that club, this, that, and the other, being that, you know, building this fly brand, Dave Jeff, this, that, and the other. But my home wasn't in all the way intact because I'm not there.
Yeah.
My wife, just, you know, just women and just us in a relationship, not just women, just relationship shit like nigga, you gotta be present.
You gotta be there.
Be present and here, or whatever. Yeah, I know you going to the club to do this, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So because I love her, because I love my unit, of the family thing or whatever, and just me not knowing my old man like that, this, that, and the other, whatever. I made that decision and was just like, okay, I'm gonna be about this, and being about this should bring me to peace. You know what I'm saying? That was a good thing, a peace over the dollar.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the peace over the dollar. Hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peace over the dollar.
Peace over the dollar.
You feel what I'm saying? And just like, that's still just where I'm at with it now. Just like the peace over the dollar. Because there's a lot of things I can do. It's a lot of places I can move. It's a lot of things I could do. But I honor my weekends with my wife.
Yeah, for sure.
And free time. I honor, like, man, my pillow, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I honor, like real life rubbing on your white booty type shit. Like at this point, I love that. Did the brand take a hit? Definitely took a hit because I'm not in your face all day.
Yeah.
Definitely this, but did it really take a hit? Because it's 20 years and I'm still here.
Right, exactly.
You know
still
what I'm
relevant.
saying? So still relevant in that. So it just be like, it's just to your point, Mel, like, yes, it's a role, but then this comes to the communication. This comes to where we at and your partner and you guys being aligned.
Yeah.
And where you going. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
No, real talk.
You know, whatever. Like, Mel, you know, like, okay, with my wife in the daycare and everything like this. This is what you want to do. So it's things I want to push her to. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, babe, we can go get a building. Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, well, no, this, that, and the other. I'm just like, it's money everywhere, G. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially for things like that and you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, it's just like the push. And as far as I want to go, I want you to come with me. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I've just been blessed to have a partner that understands me, that's not a hoverer, that trusts me, and so all I can do is try to get that back. You know what I'm saying? And not disrespect myself, disrespect her, family, whatever, and the brand that we have. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. No, that's facts. Hey, man, because family have to come first, man.
Because it's tough though, because on one side in your mind, like you say, when you in the streets, you doing it. Obviously, on our end, you doing it for your family, but it ain't it don't resonate that same way after a while.
You saying to them or to yourself?
In the home, to them. Sometimes it don't resonate the same because you're not there. It's a thing when you're not there. So you got to do what you said you did.
Like you said, that communication piece is everything. You know, I was looking back over like the flights we took last year. I think we probably did like almost close to like 50 trips, right? In a short amount of time, right? And at the time, you know, you got babies coming. We on the flight,
my
right?
House took a
Your
hit,
house took
dog.
a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like my house was in chaos at one point because my wife's like, bro, we got 3 kids. I gotta go to work. You out here flying. You gone. When you coming back? You ain't being back till Friday. You know, it wasn't until you had to really like kind of sit down and have these conversations.
You see my face? You see my face, people.
You know, and realize like, okay. At some point, I got to slow down. At some point,
we've been in the crib, bro.
We've been in the crib, bro.
Since then, we've been in the crib.
Nah, I'm telling you, got to. So I'm just saying, me, I'm all around. I'm all over the country, hosting sneaker pimps.
Yeah.
Coming back to Chicago and still have to be at the store.
Yeah.
Sit with shoe companies. Design, sit with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just like that,
yeah.
like, so fold shirts, press a shirt, this, that, and the other. So it's a lot of 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the evening type things, and it's just like, nigga, where you at?
Right, nah, for real.
You know, but I think like I say, the communication, and that's just what I've learned in the therapy.
Yeah. Shout out to therapy, man.
Yeah,
like black men, please go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Take your wife in there.
And you ain't lying. I need to go to probably some therapy for individual. What I'm saying, but marriage counseling and stuff like that, boy, that was a great thing because it takes that third party to be like, nah, you're tripping. Yeah, no, you're tripping.
Exactly.
You should probably think of it like this.
That's facts.
Why would you do that? What did you think that he was gonna say when you did some shit like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And if you're open to the progression of the marriage, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you got to be quiet. You got to actively listen. You got to, take them things in and want to go far if that's what you want to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because marriage, as we know, marriage ain't for everybody.
Nah, that's facts, man. One thing in counseling that me and my wife still use to this day is, so we was told like write down 30 things that you want, like small things. It might be like a little dinner date, a little lunch, or it might be wash the dishes, or give me a day where you take the kids, right? And so I write down 30 things, she write down 30 things, and every day,
30.
Because every day for a month you're supposed to pull one and do that thing, whatever that day is. So we'll wake up in the morning, do your thing, and then you pull. Right. All right, so what's in it for the day? And so one time it's like wash the dishes. I'm like, you know what, cool. But by the time she out the shower, I'm washing the dishes. And she come in not even thinking to realize I pulled out the bag. But she's like, oh my God, thank you for washing the dishes. Like, I was just thinking about this. She's like, I was so tired because normally she don't sleep with dishes in the sink. Right. And she's like, I was so tired, I meant to get them last night. I'm like, I already got you. So it's like little keys like that You know what I'm saying? Really helped us out like tremendously, bro.
They love that stuff, bro.
They love it's the little small things, man. You know.
Yeah. Now, if we could just all agree on what the fuck we eating, you know what I'm saying?
Man, what we eating and you always gotta get like they call it the girlfriend meal, but the wife meal when you be like, oh, she don't want nothing. Hey man, go ahead, let me get 4 extra wings, bro.
Exactly.
Let me
eat some fries, all that.
Cause you come in, she eating the tacos, she eating it all.
No, Pop, like me and I got 4 little women. I know, well, three. I got 3 wives in the house.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for real.
My wife, my oldest daughter, and my youngest daughter, and it's just like these. I'll be like, y'all, thank you God.
Yeah, thank
for
you
these
God.
blessings here, but these motherfuckers is tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, like that is a thing about trying to figure something out to eat.
Yeah,
and then y'all expensive.
Facts.
Oh man, my kids grown, so I got 2 girls and a boy, and so I hear what you're saying, man. Like trying to all of us get on one page.
Meal is $100.
It's like 100%.
Every meal.
You know what's
$100.
tripping me out the most? Fast food is now $50.
It is.
Like I could pull up to McDonald's and it's, who's spending $50 at McDonald's every time?
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
Every single time, bro. And don't go to Portillo's. Oh, Portillo's, bro. You better have that bag.
Don't try to get fancy.
Yeah.
And go to Shaw's or some shit like that. Or like,
Oh, yeah.
No, Grand Lux. Like
Grand Lux used to be the spot because it was affordable. Go there with the family.
Yeah, but valet, the meal, appetizer, and I don't even drink like that. Like, when in Rome or whatever. But I really don't drink like with dinner.
Yeah.
Unless it's we on a date or something like that. But like, man. $150.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's real, man.
I got a question. When you put it all together, we could talk about the last 20 plus years. We could talk about everything right now. What's the next 20 years, Lord willing, next 20, 30, even 50 years? What's the next 20 years?
Big business. Like more Dave Jeff brand. I've been able to build the Dave Jeff brand when the Dave Jeff brand is bigger than the Fly brand. And I say that on a financial side or whatever and stuff like that. It's like me moving apparel and doing that with Flies, it's on autopilot. So I know what this does every month and boom, boom, as I plug and play. You know what I'm saying? But Dave Jeff is like, now I get a call to host something, that's $5K. Do this over here, boom, boom, boom. Consulting. No, we're gonna open this store over here. This store chain wants you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or come design, or come talk, or do things like that. That is just like a whole nother thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you'll see more of that. I've talked about this before, but I've gotten busy in building this the 2 first names brand. So. It's Dave Jeff, but 2 first names as a brand, right? Yeah. So it's a podcast. I have the great skeleton and pages of a book with it, and what got me to know, like, okay, I was in my head for a minute about this book, like, how am I gonna work this fucking novel? Yeah. But I'm not trying to write a novel though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My man, I just fog brain. My man, the fashion guy, who was the guy for Vogue that passed. Andre Talley, I forgot his name. Big guy, or whatever. Anyway, he had this thing called Chiffon Trenches, right? This book, and the Chiffon Trenches was nothing. I think that's the name, right? But whatever the book was nothing but stories that he had dealing with his other fashion people, whatever. So I'm like, see, I ain't got to write a novel. I can just like, okay, Mel has a Jamel, big Jamel, excuse me, not Mel. That's
Number 2,
my nephew.
Right,
I'm just saying, Jamel. Black Bread Company has a chapter in it, right?
Yeah.
And then this is just me, knowing him, knowing you, knowing your family, you know what I'm saying? And then us talking about this and maybe my expressions to how proud I am of y'all and the Black Bread and Company, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Things like that. That's basically what that book is.
Oh, dope.
That he had was just his experiences with his fashion people, his cool people, whatever like this. Yeah, so I have a novel of cool stories.
Oh, that's dope, man. Let me know, man. I'm coming out to that. I want mine signed.
Right? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Like I'm just saying, I have stories, Pop. Like real life, sitting with people, real butt naked conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, like, you know, just things of artists, entertainers, actors, and things like that I've been able to come through my 20-some year career just in the business or whatever like that. Like, is definitely readable.
Nah, I can't wait for that.
So yeah, so that not so much hustling in my work.
Got it.
If we understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like putting it in an A through Z to where like we can do this in our sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's things that we do that we can do in our sleep, but I'm saying for the business wise.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I've done, I've been hustling. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hustle no more.
Yeah.
I wanna be able to like so if you put it in the perspective of like McDonald's is a system. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be systematic.
It's a system. It's the real estate. It's whatever of all the things that make up McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm building what this makes up, what PHLI makes up, so that system can be sold and things like that. Like that's where I am. So like my daughter's at FIDM in LA, so Fashion Institute Design and Merchandising. She's not into the design and everything. She's about the business.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that. My other son,
level,
DJ, Dave Jr., who's an older guy. He lives in Texas and whatever and stuff like this. But his creativity and all the things that the PHLI lifestyle encompasses, I want to be able to do that for them. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Right.
Hey man, well, I'm gonna have to ask you to be my mentor in this fashion game.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get that on tape so everybody can hear, and you see it here first, man. Dave just gonna mentor me. So when you see the heat come out,
look, all the cameras. Look, no problem. No problem.
you know, because I mean, getting a stamp by Dave Jeff is, you know, I don't think it get no bigger than that.
Thank you, man.
You know
Thank
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you.
You know,
really
I mean,
appreciate
it's enough business here in Chicago. I know you global at this point, but it's enough business here in Chicago, you know, where if you get the stamp of Dave Jeff, it's like everything else follows. You know what I'm saying? Because of how much work that you put into it. And one thing that it's funny that you said about the whole hustling thing, because that's how we start the bread. We is hustling. I'm telling you, people don't know. We would jump in a U-Haul truck and drive every day to Wisconsin to pick up our bread and coming back. We was doing that every day. We was having business meetings in the U-Haul truck, bouncing, you know,
turn it down.
And the engine loud. It's like, what was that? And put it on
my
mute.
laptop in the whip trying to
He on the laptop.
Like,
I mean, one time our website had crashed because so many people was on it, and he was fixing it inside the truck.
As soon as we touched down in Wisconsin to get the bread, I'm like, I got it, y'all.
Exactly, we got it fixed. We back up. And, you know, so
you need that.
Yeah, so it was like we was on that same thing. It was like, all right, bro, we gotta do this where we not hustling backwards, like hustling like this. You know, and at the same time, it's like, you could pay somebody to do it, but we ain't at that point either. You know, it's like it was that great space was like, we're not at a point where I can pay you, you know, $100,000, $50,000 to do this, but at the same time, you know, it's not on autopilot either. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's that grind. And so we finally got to a point where, you know, we was able to kind of map that piece out, you know, and then we kind of put it completely on autopilot. And now we kind of back on.
I was going to say, we might have went to autopilot a little too soon.
Yeah, we might have went autopilot too soon because now it's kind of like, things kind of get out of our hands too much. It's like, man, we couldn't catch that before. You know, if you was there, if I was there, this wouldn't have happened. You know, and that's on the
well. So my advice to that,
please.
to that is like, regardless of how smooth it gets or whatever, you just know you got to put that time in to just like at something like, okay, what's going on this today? Okay, boom. All right, boom. You know what I'm saying? To try to catch it and just, you know, just try to keep that there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard enough, man. It's just like, and I'm talking to myself, to you,
for sure.
And the whole thing, because like, sometimes like, damn, I missed that order, or the orders went through here or whatever like this. Man, like you said, I should have caught this. Like, oh man, this is a repeat thing, or a triple. Like, man, Shorty didn't bought $500 worth of teas. Let me make sure that I put a handwritten note in here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, those opportunities to do that, and all that goes a long way though, pal.
100%, man.
But autopilot ain't bad. Autopilot mean like you've been flying.
At least if you can get like I say 75 to 80% autopilot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you could kind of man the rest.
Yeah.
You know, because to your point, like checking in and figuring things out. You know, yeah, man. Like it's all growth. You know?
And it's just like to the point. Like I'm sure you've heard some of these entertainers in their interviews or these big CEOs or whatever and stuff like that about signing every check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you say that, man, that kind of sounds like, man, that's kind of assholish,
right?
Or you know, whatever. But nah, I just want
to
see
your money.
Exactly. Like, why am I paying this nigga $10,000 this week?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever. You know, just so you can keep all those things in perspective too.
No, that's real, man. Wow. You know.
I think we getting it firsthand, bro. Because like even hearing you say the word autopilot to me, like you say, it resonates with us. Cause that's our goal. That's our goal. That's our goal. But you still got to have your hands on it. So.
You still got. I mean, and to keep autopilot. So if we put it in the reference of what autopilot is, either you driving the car or you flying the plane or whatever stuff like this, you still have to maintain the plane to be able to be in autopilot.
Exactly.
You still got to maintain the car to be in autopilot. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
So just like I still got to maintain the space, the Shopify site, Wuadi Band, whatever like this, in order to be like, okay, I put in this day's work or whatever that is, because I know I'm about to be gone for a week to do this, that, and the other, and then those orders come in. What's my process of getting those orders out on time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's all.
So how you able to manage so many different things? Like you already know you got so many different companies and businesses and two name double Dave Jeff, you know,
two first names,
you got all that, you know,
LC.
And because see, Black Bread for us was more like a mission that became a passion, but it's not like our passions, you know. So obviously we do it and we maintain it and we love it. But Jamel got 10,000 things that he also want to do that's really him. I got 10,000 things that I really want to do that's really me, and we even got some things we're doing together like this podcast, right? That's both of us as well. You know, but when it really started like managing like time management, how much time do you put towards what, when, how, you know?
Shout out to my Shimmy Coco, my wife. She bought me the biggest dry erase calendar I've ever seen.
Oh, nice.
And you just gotta stay to the course.
Yeah, stay to the course.
You know what I'm saying? Like
sure.
this, I put on the calendar, 2:00. Boom, this day. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Whatever. So I'm keeping myself aware. And she come in here and look like, oh, I can't ask dude to do nothing. He can't pick up nobody. Right. We ultimately Ubers.
Exactly.
Facts.
No problem, babe. No diss.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, but I'm just saying, it's just like try to be as organized as you can.
Yeah.
I've been really learning my phone and the calendars. You know what I'm saying? These you know, the
Gmail,
calendar
the
things,
calendar
the
invites,
reminders, all that other stuff like that. Really, that shit works.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just really what you need to do. Just like time management. You know what I'm saying? Just like I've been getting back into working out, so getting up earlier to do this, that, and the other, and that kind of works. I mean, all this cliche stuff, it really ain't cliche. I mean, cliche ain't bad.
Hey, and what do you call it? Fest fit.
Fast fit. Fast shape. Fast shape, baby. Fast shape, man. Fast shape. Like, man, walking through that fest, being on that stage and doing running from the head to the booth to the stage and all that other stuff like that. Hey, man, that's
crazy.
That ain't easy.
I know we coming down to time, man. I do kind of want you to elaborate a little bit on the fest, right? Because I don't think we really hit on that as much as I would like. But like, I remember when it started off in front of your shop in Harper Court. I think it was Harper Court at the time, right? And then now it just grew to what it is today.
Well, no, so that's two different things.
Oh, okay.
So the fly block parties is what the fly block parties were.
I remember those. Okay.
So fly block parties is like when brought the Keith Murrays, Ye performed, GLC, all the BJ Chicago Kid early on, all of that PD Crack, Kindred Family. So, you know, these are things that we had, and this was the fly block party when Harper was a court.
Right, exactly.
When Harper was a court. Fast forward, Jonathan Swain, that him and his family owned Kimbark Beverage for a long time. He was doing this thing called Oktoberfest, whatever. Like his whole ideology to it was that he was doing stuff or going to these events dealing in craft beer or whatever up north, and then he saw a lot of Southside people coming up north. A lot of us coming up north and that. So he's like, hey, well, man, let's do here, whatever. And so that's what he first did. When he first did the first one, it was like an Oktoberfest or something like this, but it didn't go well. It was like the coldest day of the year when he first did it or whatever. It was just not good in that sense of production. Right, whatever. Moved it to summer or whatever, and then this is when we connected, whatever, where he reached out and we just, got our understanding of whatever, of like what he wanted me to do, just like helping with the influence, just look, a graphic guy, this, that, and the other. So that's where that relationship started. And so that started the very first one with him and I, where it was High Park Brewfest, was at the High Park Neighborhood Club. It was at the little parking lot right behind the bank, right across the street from there, and we used the park or whatever. So it was vendors here, and then across the street was the stage or whatever. And then so it was literally like, probably might have had 1,000 people, 500, anywhere between 500 to 1,000 people in that time. And then boom, moved it to Harper's Court, the new Harper's Court.
Exactly.
The new Harper's Court, to where Harper's Court was a through street. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, it was able to put the stage there, and then it just grew to that. And then Swain was like, hey, man, I need you to touch some of your people. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so this is when I got the Clark Kents, the D-Nices, the Bizes, and, that whole thing, the originals, Rich Medina, all my entertainment people, and that's what it was. And so the truth be told, we couldn't have live acts because it was too expensive on the insurance and stuff like this. And so it was easy to just have the DJs. And then Harper's Court grew to like we were right here now on 53rd, and then 53rd we keep going back and move the stage back to 2019. It was like 2019.
It was crazy.
2019, because that Saturday it was only a half a day because we had like a monsoon or some shit like that.
Wow.
Like it started raining real bad or whatever on that, and so it was cut short on the Saturday. That Sunday, because it was a beautiful day, and I guess because it got cut short on that day or whatever like this, popped 40,000 people on 53rd.
Wow.
On 53rd. And then boom.
Historic.
And then here comes COVID.
Right.
And when here comes COVID, we were in the process of moving it from 53rd anyway, but COVID and the temperature of the city at the time just made it sense to not do it, because we wanted to be safe. Violence was kind of really kicking off, and then on 53rd it was just free fall. You know what I'm saying? People could just come and just have a good time and do whatever. Like that was the pros. The cons was just like now you don't know who can walk up. You don't know who can walk in. And the short, the shorties were getting more active, I'll say that, or whatever like this, rambunctious and everything. So so the safety of everybody and the safety of things, and the integrity of whatever brand we were building at the time, it just made sense to move it and actually go bigger. You know what I'm saying? So then the Brewfest, we scratched the Brewfest just for more to expand the brand more, not just brew. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then Summerfest, High Park Summerfest came alive, and then we didn't do it year one because of COVID. Year two, again because of COVID. Like COVID was still kind of gang banging. Right. Ringing around. Omarion was dancing. Exactly. It was different versions of it, whatever. So it made sense not to do it then. And then when we came back, Pop, it was just it was a great thing. It was a great team effort with everybody on the squad. And then even last year, this year, 2023, it was a great experience. After the Summerfest and me going to Chosen Few and other things, whatever like this, people were like, man, y'all did a great job. This is great, whatever, and all that. So I say it's done what it's supposed to do. Exactly. Nah, for sure. That the future of it. It's still there, because I'm just being honest with y'all. It's just like it's a million moving things.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Million moving things. The city, security, this, that, and the other. Talent. Just everything is just bigger than whatever. Like you have like an artist that might have been $50 is now $150. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And all those things or whatever. So great thing. Like I love it.
Yeah, nah.
I love it. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a highlight of the summer for sure.
Yeah. To kick off, so I'm gonna do some stuff 2024 to end the summer.
Okay.
You know, whatever. I think I know that I'm bringing the fly block parties back.
Yes.
But just like in a different capacity, not festival like more like think like a mini complex con type thing like that. That's just more focused on culture. Yeah. Not just like a musical type thing or whatever, like it's artists, all this, you know, whatever, in a smaller footprint or whatever like that. So so Fly Block Party 2024.
Hey man, we in the building. We're gonna be there for sure. I'm excited.
Yep. My family is already supportive, you know what I'm saying? Rock Nation and this, you know, Puma, we've already put all that stuff out and everything like this. So it's just about securing the date and some other things like that. So just look out for that.
Man, this has been another one. Wow, man. Y'all heard it from Dave Jeff himself, man. You know, Mr. I Love Hyde Park. You know what I'm saying? So, man, this is crazy, man. Any final words, man? How can people get in contact with you?
At Dave Jeff.
At Dave Jeff.
At Dave Jeff. Dave Jeff at imdavejeff.com. And you just, it's everything is just right there. I mean, holla at me. Like I just saying, like people like, man, bro, I ain't know if I could just hit you. Can I call you? Like hit me. Like I'm not. You might not. I'm not gonna just give you my number. But I'm just saying. right. It's a whole bunch of scam likelies.
exactly.
Come through the phone. But I'm just saying, like, man, just at Dave Jeff. Twitter or which is called X, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
The real Dave Jeff. You know, Thread and all other social handles is Dave Jeff. DAVEJEFF.
Hey man, you heard it here first, man.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited. Shout out to our wives for making this all possible, man. Wives, thank you. Shout out to you all.
My wife, she blew me a kiss on him like this. Look, back at you, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Look back at you, baby. Pop. I mean, stay fly. Stay true to yourself. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do what you say you gonna do.
Do what you say
you're gonna do,
yeah,
or whatever, because you know you want people to do what they say they gonna do, or whatever. And just build. Stay in the good, man. Stay in the good. Stay in the good. Should be bad, but think why it might be bad. What's the good part of that, and stay in that. And I'm just saying, you'll go far.
100%. I was just telling Jamel this morning, man. Like all the times we be praying for strength, and then you start going through issues and problems. It's like, hey, bro, you pray for this. The only way you're gonna get stronger is to go through some trials. You know what I'm saying? So. You know,
and listen. So testimony. This is just real quick. G. So when you have a thing, right? So we business guys, we know this, and people, you know what I'm saying? You have a thing, you think like, okay, like there's an issue with the one thing, right? Try to figure out, the one thing, right? And then you walk 2 feet, and then it's this thing that's really shiny.
Yeah.
And you be like, man, is this the answer to the thing that I was trying to figure out or whatever?
Right.
So it might be, but you got to ask, though.
You got to ask.
Pop, what is this?
Yeah.
Father, you know what I'm saying, with this. And so I just experienced this, man, of going through, seeing one thing, you know, having, a thought about the one thing, and then something comes up like, oh man, this must be the answer. And then really sitting with myself, and you know how people like, you've heard the audible voice or whatever like this. Pop, that shit said no.
Whoa.
And I'm just like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But like understanding what that is.
Yeah.
If I thought this was so shiny, or thought this was the answer to one of these things here, and if you said no just that clear, like don't even think about it no more and get into it, whatever, I just have to walk out that it must be 100 times better than what the shiny thing that I thought might have been shiny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not my understanding. His will, not my will.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? So that's Deacon Dave on, you know what I'm saying?
Deacon Dave.
I don't know. Deacon Dave is a real person.
Hey, I would say that's another brand. That's another brand.
I have a certificate in Deacon Daveness. But I'm just saying, like, that's just real, man. That's just real. And so just in this and every day, I'm learning every day. Bro.
Yeah, likewise.
Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to you not the smartest motherfucker in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you are, you probably need a whole nother room.
Exactly.
But I just say, just like interact.
Yeah.
Listen, because you don't know everything.
100%.
Don't know everything.
Hey man, I couldn't end it better myself.
Hey man, hey, it's really love, it's really family. We appreciate you.
And shout out to Chicago, man. Shout out to everybody in
shout out
Chicago.
to Chicago for sure.
Shout out to my leaders, people, and everybody that I deal with. Jay Boog, all that. All my fashion cats, Corey, Dante, all of that. Gravy, everybody doing things. Continue doing your things. Let's go. Let's get it. Chicago is the shit.
Chicago, man. Appreciate y'all.
Chicago
Legend
kids all
Dave
day.
Jeff. Black Bread Co. Black Bread Show.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yo,
that's
man.
what it is. Black Bread Co. Black Bread Show.
No, it's Black Bread Show.
Oh, that's your tagline.
But that's the tagline. You know what I'm saying?
Our City Hall. Last
Exactly.
Our City Hall over there.
Oh man. But I will say, man, Black Bread Show, man, this is the hottest show in Chicago, man. You know what I'm saying? So hop on and it's about to go crazy, man. So I appreciate you. Much love, man. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm truly honored.
Thank you, bro.
Tell your sister what's up. I will, man. Shout out to Star, man, for sure, man.
Stizzy.
Stizzy. You know what I'm saying?
Stizzy used to work.
Stay busy.
I say work with me.
Yeah.
At a Tony Sports. Shout out to Tony Sports too.
Yeah. Tony Sports. Shout out.
Tony Sports, right? Shout out to Vail, all of them. You know what I'm saying? All my Tony Sports. I called it retail college.
Yeah.
See, that's a whole nother thing. We didn't even get into that. We only got an hour. We should do 2-hour podcast, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we gonna have part 2, man, because it's too much history in it. Because that's what I met you at the 53rd Tony Sports.
Tony Sports.
Yeah.
The 26th is Tony's his birthday or whatever, and no, it's the anniversary of his passing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever like that. So look out for some dope things. Veil, Ego, or whatever, and Adidas too. I think they're doing a Tony Sports shoe.
Wow.
So we're trying to just put that together now.
I need one of those ASAP.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That was crazy.
Yep.
All right, man.
Okay,
That's
I'm sorry, y'all. We just gonna keep.
We
on
trying.
going.
Hey, man, we trying, man. But hey, it's Dave Jeff, so you gotta let him do what he do.
appreciate it,
It's
man.
his show right now.
Thank you. So, it's my show. Okay. Love though, man.
All right, man. Appreciate
Love
it.
y'all.
And we out.
Peace.
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.
Black Bread University.
Man, we back like we never left.
Yeah, because we ain't never left.
We ain't never left, man. We ain't going nowhere, man.
Let's
Black
go.
Bread
Where we at,
Club,
though?
man.